So, Bo, I'm going to go to you first. A lot of questions surrounding this place. Like I said, we had the tenants there telling us the landlord wouldn't take a check. They were only interested in money orders. You're a detective. What does that tell you?
That tells me that he doesn't want any kind of records of how much money he's making. Also, looking at this, what's he, an Armand? He looks like a slumlord here, man. These people not working, living under conditions like this?
Colmes, you call me a, what did you say?
I said you're doing a smear campaign against this guy. And
why is that
says it's a witch hunt.
Because
you wouldn't be doing this if he...
What part of that video did you disagree with? Did you think I faked it? Do you think I cut a hole in the ceiling? Do you think I made toilet water drip down into this poor family's apartment?
Let me say that I think it's good that your exposure here is getting these people's repair. So I think that's a good thing.
Important.
That is a very part. Well, let me finish.
Alan,
you
remember, in context
Eric, you
of
asked me a question. Let me respond.
This is the imam's
Let me please respond.
apartment. He owns this
I
building.
think we got that message.
I'm not sure.
Would you like me to respond?
Go.
My answer is that you would not be doing this if he were not constructing or involved with developing an Islamic center near Ground Zero, and this because you don't like that, and because this is an attempt to try to make the guy look as bad as possible. I'm not defending the guy being a slumlord, and I'm glad these repairs are taking place thanks to the work you're doing.
Let
me finish the answer. You would not be doing this if there was not this great controversy and opposition to what this man is doing, which is a good thing.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Maybe not. Let me throw this to you. Maybe not. But I certainly am doing it because this guy is looking for $100 million, right. $70 million, which may be provided for, at least rubber stamped by the city of New York, saying tax-exempt status.
Right.
Different story.
Like every other religion.
Absolutely. And I don't understand why the left, people like Alan and Tara, insist that this guy is untouchable. We're not supposed to ask any tough questions because he is part of some Islamic experiment at Ground Zero.
Let's be honest about what you're doing here.
We can't ask him any hard questions. We can't investigate his paper trail.
You are going into this guy because of what he's doing.
S.E. is stating simply what you said. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't the
rabbi. Would you do this to a minister? If a Christian church were being built, would you go after the pastor? I doubt you would do this to a Christian church in the United States of America. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't have the guts to do it to a synagogue or a church. You wouldn't do it.
Islam didn't do that. That was Al Qaeda that did that, not Islam. And we should not tar an entire religion based on the actions of a few. We could look at every ethnic group and find people who've done something wrong. And then we should stop those ethnic groups from doing things.
I agree with Alan.
No, follow the money, Eric. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. He is going to be the executive director. This is not his center. He is going to be the executive director of it. And let me make another point. It is being patterned after the 92nd Street Y. They will have yoga in it, and they own the property.
I agree with Alan. That's right. We wouldn't be here talking about it, but yet this has become an issue. It's become an issue where there's going to be federal money possibly given to them. I can't get small business loans. I got to get investigated.
You should be investigated. Would you do it to a priest?
We'll get to it,
to a Catholic priest?
This is an issue.
FoxNews.com reports the imam may have improperly obtained tax-exempt status for a group he founded with his wife. Back in 1998, the imam claimed the group, which numbered in the hundreds, worshipped in a building on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, a building full of one-bedroom apartments, and no space big enough to fit a group that big. The group has managed to hold on to its tax-exempt status for years. Is anyone looking into this? I'm going to go back to you guys, Tara. Here it is. He's obtained a tax-exempt status for a one-bedroom apartment that he claims 500 people worship.
Grasping at straws to get this guy.
All religious institutions. I mean, if you go into certain parts of Harlem, for instance, there's storefronts where churches are held. So we shouldn't get into the business of trying to determine where someone can have.
He put down on the application, he has up to 500 people. It's an 800-foot apartment. Follow me. He doesn't have to. He never has to pay taxes. He never has to file returns, and he doesn't have to show where his sources of income. That's baloney. That's baloney.
You want to go after storefronts in Harlem?
No, I want to go after a guy that's going to build something that affects
Here's what it is. It's selective. This is selective going after somebody who's an imam against Islam.
Why do I have to get investigated when I have to get a loan from the federal government? Why? I have to show him evidence.
collective witch hunt.
S.E. $224,000 this group owes to the city.
Right.
He may have had tax-exempt status for an apartment that possibly couldn't fit the amount of people he claims.
Right.
He's been called a slumlord. We were there. We saw what's going on over in New Jersey.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this the guy that we want to allow administrator of a $100 million mosque?
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
It's just yoga. We're just talking about yoga at Ground Zero. This is preposterous.
It's
we
not
should
at Ground
all be
Zero.
asking
It's not at Ground Zero.
all of these questions.
It is not.
He is not
It's a Burlington
untouchable.
Coat Factory.
He is not beyond reproach. We should be following the money, and thank God someone is doing
But
it.
here's a larger point, Eric. Here's a larger point. First of all, there's nothing wrong with investigating him. They are applying. What they're doing is they're building affordable housing on top. You want to know where the money's coming from. They're looking to subsidize a project by building affordable housing on top of the existing structure. And let me make another point.
What's that happen?
Exactly.
What did you just say?
They want to subsidize the project. What they're doing is
subsidize
it's already
the Ground Zero Mosque.
Wait, it's not a Ground Zero Mosque. Let me explain.
The yoga center.
Wait. Let me explain what it is.
Center.
It is. You can make fun as much as you want.
Trying to understand what you
But
believe.
that's not what I said.
Because it's a yoga center.
That's not what I said. What I said is it is an Islamic cultural center.
Yes.
It exists right now. They have been praying there for 2 years. The members of this cultural group and the religious part of it. They've been praying there for 2 years.
Where's the money coming from? Talk about the money.
So they're going to gut rehab the existing structure that they own, and then they're looking to build. Proposal is to build affordable housing on top.
No, the mosque is going on top of that.
No,
thing.
affordable housing is going. I'm telling you, I know. How do you think they're going to get the federal money?
No. The federal money was going to go through the emphasis as far as being a religious organization. I really believe if you're going to get money, why can't you explain how you're getting it? Why can't you explain
so it's yoga and apartments?
Let's get the facts out of the table. Let's get the facts on the table here. Tara has spoken to people involved in the project. Correct. She has information that they are doing affordable housing on top of this building.
We're pretty in the weeds with this stuff.
That is what Tara is saying. She has new information about this.
They are proposing to build affordable housing on top. That's where the state money. It's not a mosque.
There's
it's
already a
cultural
mosque
center.
in that building.
Where will they pray?
Inside of the Burlington Coat Factory aspect of it, which is the existing structure. It's private property that they already own. They're already praying there. They've been doing so for 2 years.
There's a building. We were there. We took helicopter. We were above it on a helicopter.
Right.
We took pictures of it. There are people praying in it right now in an abandoned warehouse.
They've been doing it for 2 years.
Where is the mosque? Where is the pray area going to be?
Right where it
They're
is.
going to gut rehabbing the entire building on the inside. So that's like me coming to your house and telling you can't do a renovation of your own home.
That's exactly what it's like. That's why we're all up in arms.
It's a mosque.
Yes.
Why weren't you up in arms 2 years ago when they were praying in there?
Guys, let me just tell you the way this works. This bond issue that's tax exempt won't be 100% tax exempt. It'll be only the portion of the building that is not the pray area. So if it's a 13-story building and 2 of them are pray areas, only 11 of those stories will be tax exempt in the bond issue. I don't know where you're getting your information, Tara, but it's completely wrong. So Tara, every single morning we have a staff that we meet at 9 o'clock in the morning. We talk about what we're going to do. And on the list, call Imam Raouf, call Daisy Khan, his wife, call Ibrahim Hooper from CARE, call Mayor Bloomberg, call David Patterson, and we go through a list and we put the call into every single one of them. Who told you there's going to be affordable housing in the Ground Zero Mosque building?
That's what's being proposed.
By whom?
And
by the developers. I did not meet with the developers specifically.
Sharif El-Gamal?
I met with some people who are affiliated with the project, and they indicated that part of the proposal is to include affordable housing into it. Now, that has to go through a process, so it's not... I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but in New York City, you have to go through a ULIP process. So this investigation that you all are calling for will happen regardless, because it has to happen in order to build affordable housing.
It's the Cordova Initiative.
Right.
The developer, Sharif El-Gamal.
Correct.
And Imam Raouf, and I don't know of any other people who are there.
They're service providers. Every time you do a project like this, you have contractors, subcontractors, etc.
And so, they're proposing affordable housing.
The developer.
Who? Gamal?
The developer is looking at doing affordable housing.
Well, let's look at it.
I promise you, we'll look into that. I would like you to look into it.
Breaking news. So
but the reality is, the fact of the matter here is that they've been doing this for 2 years. They have been praying inside. They get permits from the city. city to do so.
I
You can pull those records.
I respect that. But all of a sudden, we've only been publicly getting that knowledge, and people have emotions down there. 70+% of the people have their own emotions that lost their child, their children, their daughters, their sons. They should respect people. You should respect people. You should respect other people's will in this country. I love democracy. I love democracy.
I've also interviewed families who want the mosque built. I've also talked to Ted Olson, Bush's Solicitor General, who lost his wife Barbara, who says it should be built. Not all the families walk in unison and lockstep here.
Hold up. By the way, affordable housing for whom?
Well, in New York City, there's a lottery, so you participate in the lottery to get affordable.
So they're going to allow non-Muslims to live within this mosque?
What if I eat my bacon sandwich?
Absolutely.
How am I going to eat my bacon sandwich at the mosque?
Because it's not a mosque.
Hold on, guys, hold on. If there were affordable housing for random New York City lottery winners, would that make it more palatable for you?
No! This isn't a housing project that we're talking about. No one is that up in arms because they're going to be doing yoga or have affordable housing there. Why are we all so afraid to talk about the real issue here? And the clip you just showed is straw man. No one is portraying Muslims. Anyway, we are talking about a group of people. We are talking about specific people, and we're asking questions that should be asked. And if you're afraid to ask them because of political correctness, we're not. And I want the answer.
You know exactly why you're doing it. You're doing it because you object to what you are calling incorrectly a mosque at Ground Zero, which is incorrect.
You're right, I do. You're absolutely right, I do.
And that's where you're wrong. And that's where you feed Islamophobia in this country by doing this.
There you go, thought police.
We'll be right back. We are not Islamophobic here on Money Rocks. We'll be right back.
We have Alan here.